My first memory of childhood, we lived in an apartment building, and I don't remember where it was, but we weren't there that long, and we moved to Bakersfield. We lived in a house, then apartment building. Then we moved somewhere else, an apartment building, another place, apartment building. We moved around so many times I can't even count. Um, when I when I was 15, we moved in with my aunt in Simi Valley, and we had a trailer, a travel trailer, and we didn't live in a trailer. We lived inside the house, but we still used the trailer. Um, and when we moved out of her house, we left in the trailer and we lived in the trailer. Um, we lived behind a mechanic's garage, like a place where you get your smog check, whatever, um, for a little while, maybe a few weeks, and then we moved to trailer park in Castaic Trailer Park. Then we moved to Travel Village, and um, I was kicked out of the trailer at one point when we moved to Travel Village, and I spent about 6 months living in the trailer of a schoolmate, and that year was probably not the best year of my childhood. We moved we moved away from Travel Village in Valencia, California. We moved to Oxnard, and we're driven all the way back to Valencia every day for school. Um, and uh, we finally moved into a and after school was over, my mother and my younger sister and I lived in the trailer for I think the rest of the summer in 1986. Um, no, I'm sorry. We lived in the trailer just a little bit after I turned 16 in June. We weren't there that long. It wasn't the whole summer. But anyway, we moved to Sepulveda in an apartment building. And uh, then I was homeless again. Anyway, um, all these apartment buildings that we lived in and houses. I mean, we lived in one house in Bakersfield, um, and then when I was, I think, in the second grade, and then again we lived in a house in Bakersfield when I was in the sixth and seventh grade. But it was like a manager's house around surrounded by apartments in a U shape. So it was kind of a house. I mean, it was a house anyway. Um, my parents lived after all that. I was in my 20s. My parents moved back into a trailer, and they moved back to Castaic Trailer Park, and that's where my mom passed away. And um, then my stepfather and my younger sister, they sold that trailer because maybe it was too small for them. I don't know, but they sold it and got a new trailer, and it was a really small trailer. But they sold that and got another trailer, and as far as I know, they're still living in it. Unless I've been told otherwise. Um, but as long as I've lived with my partner, we've been together for 23 years. We just celebrated 23 years together. Um, when we lived in Hollywood, it was a little bungalow house in a U shape. um, all the other houses were shaped like they were houses, but in a U shape. Um, but we moved to Bakersfield in 2000, and we were in the little house next door. Now we're in the big house, but we've been in the house for all these years, 23 years. Um, and I don't know why, but uh, I keep looking because I keep hearing noise in the hallway. Um, I don't know why, but I have this weird connection with trailers. That was the worst year of my life, living in a trailer, and I have this weird connection. The last job I had, my boss or one of the managers said to me, well, my boss said to me, "You can take the boy out of the trailer, but you can't take the trailer out of the boy." And it's for some reason kind of true. I resented living in a trailer for um, so many years, but for some reason, I have this weird fascination with trailers. I'm watching YouTube videos of people who live in trailers all the time. I have no idea why, and for some reason, I just think it would be a lot cheaper. You know, I'm the rent in a trailer park here in Bakersfield is $400 a month, depending on the site you're in. If you're in a pull through site where you don't have to like back your trailer in, it's $500 a month, and you get a lot more space. But um, you don't have to pay for the electricity is very small in a trailer, so you do have to pay electricity. But my I just paid the power bill $131, and that's with the care discount for being on disability, um, and that's also a balanced payment plan that I'm on. The bill for this month was $189. Um, that's just electricity. Well, PG&E. We don't have a gas stove. We have a gas water heater, but I mean, how much would that cost? $5 a month. um, I pay, I don't know, like 160 or 170 for the um, landline, the cable, and the internet. Um, I We wouldn't even have to worry about that because you get free cable at a trailer park. Most trailer parks, I'm sure, and you wouldn't have to worry about landline because um, we have our cell phones, and we wouldn't have to worry about internet because they have free Wi-Fi at most trailer parks. I'm sure it's not great, but um, at least you have it. So I just can't help but think of how much money I would save if we lived in a trailer, you know. But why do I want to live in a trailer? It's so small and cramped, and with two people, it's not that bad, I'm sure. But um, my partner has said there's no way he's living in a trailer. Why should he? He's lived in houses his whole life. I lived in a trailer for a year, the worst year of my life, and I'm obsessed with living in a trailer or a tiny house, whatever. Um, I just think it would be cheaper, and we don't have a very big budget, so um, maybe someday. Uh, I'm sure that uh, I just feel like if we had a trailer or lived in a trailer, we could at least visit people, and not have to worry about leaving the house to be robbed or burglarized or whatever. Um, we could actually leave the house and go visit people and stay a month. you know, Stay a month in the trailer park in their city. I just think it would be cheaper, and we could visit his family, my family, and I have a lot of family in all over the country. Um, I just think it would be uh, nice to be able to you know not be stuck in one spot for the rest of our lives. Um, anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this now. I think I watched two videos on YouTube, mostly RV renovation, but um, I don't know. Is anybody else obsessed with with things that tortured them, or not tortured them? I wasn't tortured by living in a trailer. I was just having a bad year. Anyway, okay. Well, thanks for listening to my ramblings. Bye.